Welcome to DualEntropy. The end of the year is approaching, and last year around this time, I challenged myself to make a YouTube video every month for the whole of 2024. I'm happy to report that I succeeded in this challenge, so I wanted to look back and see what I've done and learned this year. First things first, let me walk you through my YouTube upload strategy. Plan was to upload a video on the last day of every month. This would give me a whole month to work on a 10 to 15 minute video. After that, I double dip and chop up that video into multiple shorts. These I scheduled to upload every Sunday. Let me talk about the numbers for a second. How many views did I actually get? How many subscribers did I make? Actually, one of the biggest lessons I learned this year is that focusing on the numbers will hurt you in the long run. They do not matter, especially this early on in your career. The sooner you let go of the numbers, the better you will be. But I also understand that some of you clicked on this video just to see the numbers. So here's a quick look. This year I uploaded 12 full videos including this one and 43 shorts. I got 15,000 views across all of my videos. I went from around 3 subscribers to 102 subscribers. I'm really happy that I cracked 100 subscribers before the end of the year. I could delve deeper into the analytics page and discuss it in detail. But as I said, the biggest lesson I've learned is that the numbers are not the most important part of making videos. If the numbers aren't that important, what should you be focusing on when starting out on YouTube, you might ask? The answer is the process. The process of making a YouTube video is much more important than the actual result of the video. It's not about the views, it's really about this process and workflow that you craft for yourself. If you don't enjoy the process, you won't enjoy the product. With that out of the way, let's go through each month and see what I learned and how I refined my process of making a video. Since this was my first video in this new genre, this was perhaps the most difficult one to make. But on the other hand, it was also the most exciting one as I didn't know what to expect. I had never really edited a video before, so this is the video that really helped me learn DaVinci Resolve. Editing was a very slow process at first since I had no idea what I was doing. But in the end I managed to get the video out in time. This month is also where I set up my basic process, which goes as follows. First is research, then I write a script, record voiceover, gather footage and music, edit them together, upload and publish. I experimented with this and changed it here and there for a couple of videos, but this is basically the outline I used for all of my videos. I quickly realized that I could make a lot of shorts out of one video. So once every couple of months I could create a bunch of shorts and schedule them for release every Sunday. This video shockingly got a lot of views. It was my most viewed video till the November one barely beat it just recently. This was probably the worst thing to happen to me because I did not know why I got so many views, and so really didn't learn anything valuable from all those views. Now that I had the basic process down, this month was all about refining it. I switched from writing the scripts on my note to writing it on Google Docs. This gave me a little bit of flexibility in terms of editing my scripts and keeping it organized. The editing also became a lot easier as I got used to the editing software and knew how to do some of the more basic things. I also spent some time to look for some video game music and added those into the video. The thumbnail and the title though were atrocious. I had to change both multiple times and it still failed to get me any views. Looking back on it, it wasn't a good video to begin with. It's probably my least favorite video out of the bunch. It's also aged like fine milk. Seems like after I uploaded the video where I concluded that IGN scores are reasonably accurate, IGN has gone on to give some of the worst scores this year. It's gotten so bad that 7 out of 10 by IGN has become a meme now with how many games they give it to. The March video was made under a heavy time crunch since I was going on a vacation at the end of the month. I was also a bit over ambitious and outlined a script that was way too long. This resulted in me having to split the video into two, which was great because now I got a head start on next one's video. I refined my workflow a lot more and got incrementally better at editing. Since this video was made of a lot of smaller sections, it was great for making shorts out of. I made 25 shorts just from March and April's videos, and that lasted me all the way to November. Even with the head start, I actually lost a week to vacation and I was sick for another week, so I did not have much time for this video. I ended up using ChatGPT to write the script for most of the video, and honestly I didn't like the results very much. It felt too generic and it lost the soul that my wonky writing brought. Even during voiceover, I was kind of losing interest just reading it out. Although it did get 5 times the views of the March video, that was probably due to a good thumbnail and a title combo. Side note, this isn't the original title of the video. I sometimes change the title of the videos after the video makes or lifts views. Which in hindsight is not good because I don't even know what the good titles were originally. May's video hurt me. It was probably the video I put the most amount of effort into. I focused on writing a better script, I re-recorded the voiceovers multiple times to get it right, and even painstakingly recreated the GTA 6 image in pixel art 1 pixel at a time for the thumbnail. It was a lot of work and it only got 20 views. This was really disappointing and it had me questioning why I was going through all this trouble anyway. I still think it's a good video, but it doesn't matter how good a video is if no one bothers to click on it. And I was too attached to that thumbnail to change it, and no amount of title changes helped either. Even though I was disappointed, it was still a useful endeavor. I still continued to refine my process and I had fun making it. But this was only obvious in the hindsight, and during the moment I just felt really bad. June was the closest I had come to giving up on this challenge. I would feel bad whenever I thought about getting started for another YouTube video, so I kept putting it off. I put it off until the end of the month. I had only one day left and I hadn't even thought of the topic yet, but I didn't want to give up. I knew that if I could push through this and somehow put out a video, nothing would stop me from finishing this challenge. So I went back to my roots. I went back to the way I used to record my old Red Dead Redemption videos. Put on a game, I hit record, and I start walking and talking. I had an outline of what I wanted to talk about, but I just spoke my mind. I trimmed up a bit at the front and the back and uploaded it. I called this walk and talk style of video. Ultimately, it was not a great video. It was too long and all over the place. In the end, it got only 12 views. But the views didn't matter anymore. The fight was against myself and my will to finish this challenge. And I fucking won. This helped me break out of the numbers-based mindset I was stuck on too. And also the video essay type of content that I had pigeonholed myself into. The idea for this video came because I was running out of space on my hard drive from all the recordings of my Shadow of the Erdtree playthrough. So I decided to make a video out of it and then delete the recordings. For this video, I used a different type of process. I recorded myself watching these recordings and then commented over them. The tricky part was replacing the screen record with the actual footage from the game. It took a bit of practice, but I got the hang of it pretty quick. This made for a quick turnaround on the video. Actually, I had such a long video, I decided to split it into 2 videos. So that practically gave me a whole month off since the video was edited and ready to go. I also made the most badass thumbnail for this. I still love this thumbnail. Since I got some time off of YouTube, I decided to research a bit more on writing scripts. After these 7 videos, it was clear to me that the video script was my weakness. It takes me the entirety of the month just to motivate myself to start on the script. So I wanted to know how to improve that aspect of my workflow. After looking around the internet, I found this document by Jordan Peterson on how to write a good essay. I'll link the document below the like button if you want to take a look. But this document really made me understand how a good essay should be written. I used this document to write the September's video. But let's get back to August video for a second. You know how I mentioned that the video was already edited and practically ready to go? All that was left was to render the video and upload it. But when I opened DaVinci Resolve, I realized that I had deleted the voiceover commentary recording I did. Such a stupid mistake. I even tried recovery software, but it was of no use. It was gone forever. So I had to redo the voiceover and resync it with the gameplay. It took a bit of time, but I'm just glad I caught my mistakes a couple of days before the video was supposed to go live. I had enough time to fix the mistake and upload it in time. For this video, I got a head start since I started writing the script for it in August. I used everything I learned from the Jordan Peterson document to write the essay. This made it my most researched essay. I read so many articles, watched so many videos about this topic while taking copious amounts of notes. The benefit of this approach was that I was starting from a blank page while writing the script. I had a proper structure to follow, and this resulted in a pretty good script. At this point, editing had become second nature to me. I'm no expert by any means, but for the type of video I make, I can do it without much hassle. I had a good thumbnail and title, and voila, a successful video. Relatively successful, of course. 175 views is not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but it's a lot to me. After all the effort I put into September's video, I didn't want to do it again for the October one. I was just a lazy little guy who didn't want to spend 15 days writing a script. If I wasn't lazy, I would have probably made a horror themed video, which would have been appropriate since the video was gonna go up on Halloween. Instead, I decided to make a video about something I just wanted to talk about. I recorded this video a day or two before the deadline, but I wasn't really worried this time. Getting a video out was more important to me than getting views or subscribers. After the recording session, I realized I forgot to press the fucking record button on OBS. Thankfully, I still recorded the audio, and the gameplay didn't have much connection to what I was talking about, so I just played the game for another hour and edited it together. Maybe it was due to the thumbnail and title, or maybe it was because I edited it so well. The video somehow did really well, especially for a walk and talk type of video. It got more views than all my other walk and talk videos combined. That was shocking. This video was special to me. Soon after the October video went live, I just had this idea floating around in my head. And before I knew it, I was writing the script down at a feverish pace. Maybe it's because it was such a personal topic, the script just came to me. It just took me a day to record the voiceover and another to edit and upload it. I was a well-oiled machine now. If this had happened to me every month, this challenge would have been so much easier. But it's this year of struggle that had let me optimize my video up to this point. It's a bittersweet feeling because November was my last essay video. I knew that December would be a recap of the entire year, and from next year, I'll talk about next year in a second. And now we have reached the present, a video that's a year in the making. The culmination of everything I've learned over 2024. There are a lot of things I've learned on this challenge, and the bottom line is that I'm just so much better at editing now than I was a year ago. I feel like if I put my heart into it, I could totally become a YouTuber. But I've also realized that I don't want to be a YouTuber, which is funny because I've always wanted to be one. But it's just not my calling. I'm much more interested in doing something else. It's actually a lot more challenging than being a YouTuber, but it's what I've always wanted to do ever since I was a kid. That's becoming a game developer. That's right. From next year, I'm gonna be making video games instead of playing and talking about them. Don't worry, I'll still make YouTube videos. It won't be the usual video essay though. From next year, I'm gonna be making devlogs about games I'm making. This way, I keep my YouTube upload streak while also working on the things I love. Plus, the devlog will hold me accountable for actually making progress in the game dev side. So join me in 2025 as I make a new game. Hopefully by this time next year, you'll be watching the launch trailer for my game. Thank you for being with me in 2024. Happy New Year, and thanks for watching.